Good morning, everyone. So today is 5th of September, and I'm seeing a lot of opportunities in the market this morning. So if you can hear me from YouTube, you type in one in the chat box. Let me know. Let me know whether if you can hear me well. So I'm seeing opportunities in the market on Euro USD, GBP USD, but it hasn't arrived yet. So please, if you're on YouTube and you can hear me, let me know. Okay, you can hear me. So this morning I'll be going in for a buy on GU based on the time it's going to give me the opportunity. So especially on Euro USD. So let's do the analysis. Then we'll continue monitoring it. All right. So first of all, you have to the first thing you have to do when you start your day is what you check there. So today is an important day. Today is very, very important. Today is a very important day. We have ADP and unemployment claims. ADP is an important data. You get it? ADP is an important data. Unemployment claims is an important data. So around 12:15, when you don't get trade around that time, if you don't get trade before that time, then you have to stay very disciplined before the news will be released. Okay, ADP is an important data. It's one of the major, or it's one of the key high impact news economic events. Okay, it's just a collection of jobs. Like it's also an employment data. So we have an employment data and what unemployment data, unemployment claims. So it's a mixed data around 12:15. So during that period it's going to be very rough. So you have to stay patient. So let's look at the moment. Let's look at the H4 candle and see, since it hasn't closed yet. So support if since the whole of this week you've indicated a support and resistance. So you have to be very fast in the analysis this morning because it might play out. I don't know whether the news is going to slow it down before it happens. But let's see the ADP. Let's see the buy on ADP. So if you just join us, kindly type in where you are listening from in the chat box. Kindly type in where you are listening from. I want to know where my audience are coming from. So that I'll be able to relate with them. So kindly type it in the chat box. Let me know where my audience are coming from so that I'll be able to relate maybe when it comes to some languages that I'll be using. I'll be able to relate well with you. So you type in where you are listening from. So we move to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, it is doing one important thing. So South Africa, okay. Tandu Magwali from South Africa. Nice, you're welcome. Okay. So please type in where you are listening from. Where are you listening from? Type it in the chat box. Let me know where my audience are coming from so that I'll be able to relate well with them. Okay, I'm listening from South Africa. All right, Dr. X, you're welcome. Kaswa, Kas City, you're welcome. You are more than three, so you can type it in. Kindly type in where you are listening from. I want to know where my audience are coming from. Let me know where you are listening from. Let me know where you people are listening from, so that you will proceed. Today you'll be getting an opportunity. I'm seeing an opportunity in the market. So maybe today you'll be getting a trade in the market. So you type it inside where you are listening from before we proceed. And before that, you give a like. You give a like to the stream. You get it. So Ghana, West North. West North. Alright. Okay. So on the weekly time frame, you have what? The market has broke out. You get it. None of that sort has happened before. This is what happened. It's the same thing that is happening on there. So the market, it broke out, retested on this key level. What happened? It continued. So we are expecting to what? See the same thing. Okay, so Dodoa, you're welcome. All right. So most of my audience are coming from South Africa and Ghana. So if you're outside this country, you kindly type it inside. If you're outside this country, let me know. So so what you are expecting is the same thing that happened over here to repeat itself again. You get it? It broke out, so it's happened to over here. It broke out, retested on this one, continue. It broke out, retested on this one, continue. So what are you expecting on this key level to continue? Okay, South Africa, you're welcome. New Zealand, GH, Accra, Ghana. Okay, I'm also in Accra. You're welcome. Maybe one day we will meet. So on the weekly time frame, this is the resistance. Okay, so I haven't slept for this move. I have to catch this move. I have to take the sell. But the news event. So on the daily time frame, so this is the weekly time frame. You get it. So we had a key level over here. We had a key level. You get it. We had a key level, a very strong area. So when you move to the daily time frame, this is what you are expecting. So the daily time frame has flipped direction towards an uptrend. You get it. It has flipped lower low, lower high, lower low. So this candle has broken this lower high. You get it. The candle has broken the lower high. So now it has turned towards an uptrend. So the H for the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is an uptrend. You get it. The daily time frame is an uptrend. So you plot out or you indicate your support and resistance level. So you can chat if you want to send me a direct text. You can chat me on WhatsApp or on Instagram. Okay, so I will send my Instagram handle over there so that you check me out over there. So you can test me. So on the daily time frame, this is the what resistance. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So the daily is what? An uptrend. So all right, so it has become a critical distance. So I, we have a support over here. We have a support over here. You get it? You have a support over here. So we have the whole of this place to what trade within, but I'm expecting it to move further. I'm expecting it for it to go up more. You get it? Because the daily time frame is looking good to get to this end. Okay, maybe you will see some reaction over here before it will get to this side. But the entry is going to be taken on H4 time frame. Okay, so mhm, are we going to take the buy now? Because it has created a support. You get it. So I think I have to take the buy now. When it breaks, when it's going to be an impulsive. So the stop loss is going to be here. Let me check Euro USD because it's the same structure that you are finding on Euro USD too. Okay, but one thing about Euro USD is what you have to wait for the candle to close because this candle opened with no wick at the top. You get it, no wick at the top. This candle opened with no wick at the top. It has created. So if we are taking it on Euro USD, it's going to be an impulsive move. You get it. It's going to be an impulsive to close at the when the 9 o'clock candle close when the 9 o'clock candle open will be the best idea for you to know whether but you are in volume time and you don't know whether you are going to miss. So when it comes to GU, it has created a bottom wick. You get it? It has created a bottom. Let me check it out on H1 time frame. So okay, so the candle is pulling back. You get it. But today we are going to take a buy. Okay. Today you'll be going for a buy. So this is what most people get confused. The setup is everything has aligned. The setup everything has aligned. We are finding an entry. That's the most important thing. We are finding an entry. Everything is all perfect. Everything has aligned. So we have to find an entry. So we are finding an entry to take a buy. By what do you call it? By hook or crook, it's going to buy, but as at when or where to take the entry is what you are trying to figure it out. You get it. But you are going to take a buy today, so it depends on the movement, but it's going to be an aggressive one. Okay, it's going to be an aggressive one. I would like it to because Euro USD has a good risk to reward as compared to the pound. So this is the pound dollar. The pound Euro USD is having a good risk to reward as compared to the pound dollar. But for you to take Euro USD, the best thing I will advise you to do is either to wait for the H4 candle to close or either for the H4 candle to give a bottom wick. You get it? Because this candle formed with no wick at the top. So if it has formed with no wick at the top, we are heading towards a volume time and it needs to create a support. Okay, this candle needs to close so that it will create a support. Then we take a buy. Okay, then we take a buy. But we are in new style. What do you call it? If you are waiting for this one to close, it might take you to the ADP, which you are going to be trapped in the news this thing. But if you're waiting for this one to close, the possibility or the chances of you missing it to is high. So one thing we can do, you get it. One thing we would do because the best thing is for it to create a support. Let me check H1. H1 is not looking good. So let's wait for the H4 to create a support on Euro USD. Okay, because I can't afford to miss this trade. I can't afford to miss this trade. So either it will happen on the pound dollar, either you take it on the pound dollar. Okay, so it is also retracing. Okay, it's also retracing. So we are going to let's wait and see the retracement, then see what will happen. But we are going to take a buy on it. You get it? You're going to take a buy. So let me remove it before someone will take the entry. Because the moment someone will see this thing, risk to reward 2 on the screen, the person might jump in. I know how aggressively or eager people are willing to make money. You have to be very patient. So you are going for a buy. You'll be going for a buy today. The reason is what the time frames are looking bullish. It is giving us a clear zone, but the entry is not there yet. Okay. So supposing maybe if this H4 candle close above this one, it would have been a nice flip to this side. You get it out because this one has now created what? It has now created a support. The support has been created. Where do you find it? Where the tool is? The support has been created. So what we are going to look for, what you are going to look for is what? A buy. So the support has been created. Okay. The support has created a support. What are you expecting? It has broken out, retested, a support has been created. You're expecting what? A trend continuation. But we have to, even though it's going to move by bar, we need to be very patient to get the entry. Okay. Because the market this thing has happened over and over again. So there was nothing different. So we have two pairs that are okay. Let me see the Euro USD. But one thing about Euro USD is what the way the candle form at the H4 time frame, there was no wick at the bottom. Okay, there was no wick. Let me remove my glasses and see it well. If Euro USD created a support, you get it. If it created a support, it would have been a nice buy because I prefer the risk to reward on Euro USD as compared to the GU. But unless this candle close, you get it. Should I wait for the candle to close? Which the chances of me missing it is very high because when it's 7 o'clock, it's going to be lending open, and lending open is going to bring it's going to come with what? Volume. It's going to come with a volume. You get it? It's going to come with volume because I prefer the Euro USD looks clean than the GU, but GU has created a support which looks very nice. So the H1 time frame on Euro USD is not looking good. You get it? Because you have a lot of consolidations. So I've not entered any position. So there's no stop loss now. I'm thinking about which place to enter, waiting for some things to align before I enter. So I've not entered any position yet. Okay. So GU is pulling back. So if you get a deep pullback, the flip, then I'll take a buy. So let's wait for it to pull back. Let's wait for it to pull back because this zone, if you are taking an entry over here, we have a strong zone over here. You get it? We have a strong zone over here. We have a rejectional level. But one thing is what this candle didn't close above this rejectional level. This candle didn't close. So if we're entering a buy now, it's going to be an aggressive because we're having a resistance over here. So as I've been saying, you would like to put ourselves in a position where we are not going to buy. We are not going to buy on resistance level and sell on support levels. We need to always make sure we are buying above a resistance level. Okay, a candle has closed above a resistance level. A candle has closed beneath the support level. Then we take an advantage of it. So let's wait for, since it is pulling back, let's wait for it to pull back. Okay, let's wait for the pullback. By today, I have to get an entry. I can't wait because I was monitoring the moves the whole of yesterday night, the dawn time. I was watching, but as this kind of closed beneath, I said, oh, maybe it will arrive during the lending session. It will arrive during lending session. Then we take it, but it's still hot playing around. Mm, 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 mm. It's still playing around. So one thing is, if you want to go conservative on Euro USD, what you can do is what you wait for the H4 candle to close, because when you move to the H1 time frame, you have a lot of consolidations on H1 time frame, which you can't get an entry on the H1 time frame. You get it? You have a lot of consolidation. So you have to be super patient. But when it comes to the H4 time frame, H4 time frame is giving a nice this thing. But when it comes to the entry, the perfect one is what, to wait for a support to be created. While waiting for a support to be created, the chances of you missing it is going to be very high. The reason is what, you are in volume time. 7 o'clock, volume is going to hit into the market. 7 o'clock GMT. So I like how GU is doing the pullback. I really like it. Okay, I really like the pullback. So the moves in the market are always what, like it repeats itself. It repeats itself every day. It repeats itself every day. So the flip, when this one starts flipping up, okay, when it starts flipping up, we can go in for an aggressive one. So one thing about an aggressive entry is what, when you go in for an aggressive, you are expecting a pullback. That's the meaning of an aggressive entry. You are expecting the candle to pull back on you, but the reason why you are going in for an aggressive, you are going in aggressive, is you don't want to miss the trade. You get it? You don't want to miss the trade. That's why usually you go in an aggressive. So most of the time, the best thing you can do is, if you divide your position, okay, according to the way you want to enter. So maybe if the market is moving rapidly, it's moving very fast, and you don't want to miss the move, you maybe enter with a portion of what, the position you want to enter the market. You enter with a portion of the position you want to enter the market. So after maybe everything has aligned, then what, you go in for, you enter with a full lot size that you want to use to enter the market. That's why mostly, so we call it maybe dynamic uh lot size, dynamic what, entering. Okay, maybe you enter some and what, you leave some. When everything aligns, then you enter the rest. Or maybe you are expecting a pullback. After the pullback, then you add the rest of the position. So dynamically you enter the market. So that's how mostly we do when it comes to what, the aggressive and the conservative way. So I would love to see this candle making a deep pullback. When it makes a deep pullback, because we have a strong level over here. This is a daily support level. You get it? Daily support level. So waiting for the daily candle to flip, because you have a wick fill to at what, the daily time frame. There's a wick to be filled at the daily time frame. So let's wait and see. You are going to be moved by what the market is going to present to us. I like the pullback. I really admire the pullback. So it's left with 16 minutes for learning session to be open. So when learning session opens, so when you join the stream, what you can do is to what you click on the like button. That's the first thing you have to do. When you are regular this thing here, the first thing when you join the stream, you give a like, then you continue. Let me check Euro USD. So Euro USD and GU has some wow, GU has some correlation. GU, Euro USD, Euro USD, Euro USD. So this one has flipped. I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait because this candle, the chances of this candle moving, retracing is very high. Let me remove my glasses and see. Yeah. So the chances of this candle retracing is very high. So now the tip of the previous candle has been broken. If you are entering it over here, you need to wait for it to create a support. That's the best thing, the best way to go by this. So let's wait. This move is a fake move. This move is a fake move. So let's rather look at GU. The Euro USD move is a fake move. The chances that it's a fake move is very high. So I'm looking towards GU. Because if you are taking a buy, GU has created GU has created what? GU has created a support. Okay. So maybe if it is making this retracement, the flip, because when you are entering this, when you take a buy over here, you have a place you can put your stop loss. Okay. You have a place you can put your stop loss. But when it comes to Euro USD, it hasn't created that support for you to place your stop loss. You get it? The candle is still in section. And there's no entry on H1 time frame too. Because H1 is giving a lot of consolidations. So as I'm saying, it's going to buy. But as in, you see, I'm being what systematic on where to enter the market. So that's how you have to see the market. The market is like walking on a sleepy grounds. Before you move in, you need to make sure what you are finding a firm grounds that you are going to order your steps on. You don't have to just jump into the market. You're always going to fall. So you have to calculate your moves, because the way you see it, it's not it's not a joke. You have to be very calculative. So let's see. The best thing is what if this H4 candle create a support, then buy will be it's going to be a massive buy. You get it? It's going to be a massive buy. But this is an ongoing candle. I really love the setup on GU as compared to, let me check the daily time frame. the Euro USD as compared to G, because Euro USD gives it's going to give a lot of, the risk to reward is huge as compared to the G. But one, the H4 candle didn't what give any what top the bottom wick. You get it? It didn't give a bottom wick. It didn't give the bottom wick. So did you check the trend line of the trade? What trend line? This is how I trade. I don't add any trend line. The pullback is a nice idea. Let me check the H1 time frame. Okay, I like the way it's moving. I like the way it's moving. I have to enter a buy today on Euro USD or G, but the entry is not yet. I've not gotten the confirmation now. So when this one close, the next one flipping, and the other one to close, which will be. So let's see the closure of this candle. So 7 minutes for it to close. So how long would this video be, say? Or are you busy? Are you going to do something? If you're going to do something, then you can go and check it out. It will be recorded. But when it's going to end, what do you call it? I can't tell. We are here to trade. That's our job. That's why if we wake up early morning to look at. That's what I do. So maybe, what do you call it? After the closure of maybe New York session, before I will stop trading. So I'm waiting for. I like the way it's pulling back. That means what 9 o'clock candle is going to give a good entry. Hey, it's serious. The H4 candle, what's going on? The H4 candle has broken the tip. It has come back and break what? The dip. So this means you have to be patient and what? So that's why I'm saying this move you are seeing is a fake move. It's not a real move. So at the beginning of my journey, I would have jumped in and enter. So one thing is, as I'm saying it's going to buy, doesn't mean things can change. Something can change now. You get it? Something can change now, and my bias for the day will shift. So please kindly take note. If I'm saying something in trading, you don't have to be rigid. There's no what do you call it? You don't have to be rigid in your decision. We adapt with the way the market moves. You get it? We adapt with the market. That's how it works. So I'm not rigid on what my decision. You don't have to be rigid on your decision. Anything can happen in this market. The trend can shift now. So if you see me going in for a sell, that means maybe the trend has shifted, which is what it's not going to be possible now. Not it's not going to be possible. It's going to take a long time before it will happen, and the chances is very slim. So those people that, if I say maybe my bias is this and they see the market selling, that's why we wait for an entry. You get it? That's why sometimes everything will align. So this one, for instance, everything is pointing up. I know vividly that the market is going to what buy, but I've not entered. Why? I'm waiting for the right thing to align before I will enter. So if I say the market is going to buy, we wait for an entry before we enter. So if the market shifts and it is selling now, don't just say because I said it's a buy, so compulsory, like you have to, it has to buy. Nah, you wait for an entry, you wait for confirmation. You have something called confirm. You have to confirm. You get it? So now our projection is a buy, but we need to confirm it before. That's how it works. So the way GU has opened, the way GU has what broken the tip, and at the same time it has come back and what break the dip. It's very critical. Ooh. Ooh. So we need to make some dollars this morning. Today we need to make money by ADP, the news ADP. I don't want to be involved in any news events, but when I enter the market and it makes low before the ADP, then maybe I will still be in the trade for the ADP news to be released or achieving good firms. Oh. Let me check. So the let's wait and see how the lending session is going to be. Is it going to retrace? Is the lending session candle going to retrace? Is it going to retrace the what? Is it going to retrace the H4 candle? Because I'm seeing a retracement on what? The H4 candle. I'm seeing a retracement on H4 candle. What do you call it? Just taking notes. So I'm seeing a retracement. You have to see some retracement. See some retracement and what. So I will allow, because this thing is the same thing that happens over here. If you can see it over here, you see it's broke, created a support, continue, broke, created a support, continue, broke, created a support. So this is what I want to see. You get it? I want to see a support to be created before I will enter the buy. You get it? I want a support to be created on Euro USD before I will enter the buy, because it's the same thing over here. You get it? So it's like past question. You've solved it over and over again. So the moment you see the thing happening over and over again, it boosts your confidence level. It boosts your confidence level. So that's why mostly I say trading psychology books are BS. You get it? Because for you to be confident in the game, you have to see something happening over and over and over again before what you're confident. It's not about you reading book. If you read books, doesn't solve anything. If you read books, trading is not about reading books. It's about what? Doing the work. Trading, practicing, having a strategy, practicing. So that's why I'm a strong believer that you have to get a system that you would trade with. If you have a system you are trading with and you are practicing it every day, it boosts your confidence. You get it? It boosts your confidence. So for me, for instance, I'm not going to say I'm having zero emotions towards the market. I'm a human being. Money is involved. You get it? By all means, one way or the other, I will be emotional, but my confidence overshadows the emotion, the fear, the emotions of fear. My confidence overshadow, overcome those things. You get it? So those times I was very emotional because I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have a plan on how I would tackle the market. You get it? I was not having a plan on how I would tackle the market. So I was very emotional and other stuffs. But the moment I found something that is working for me, back testing, seeing it happening over and over again, now I'm having my confidence has increased way high. My confidence is very high. That's why I've been bold to come out to what trade life. Most people won't be able to do it because what they are not confident in their strategy that they are using. So I'm very confident in my strategy. That's why I've come publicly to what to display my skill. So if you're also confident, you can also open a YouTube channel or maybe start telling people you can trade. So that's how it works. If you become confident, you know what you are doing, you can teach people. So that's how it works. So you have to build a strategy. Make sure you've mastered the strategy. Make sure it is working. Okay. Make sure your strategy is working. I'm not saying I have what do you call it, 100% win rate, but as in my win rate is very high. My wins are very high. My wins are very high. So as I said, this is a faker. You see, it has broken the tip. So you might think, yeah, it's supposed to move. You might think it's supposed to move. The best thing is what for us to wait for this candle to close. If it settles down, then we can go in aggressive, even if it breaks below this one. Because see what happened over here. This one breaks below this resistance. But the moment this one got broken, it flipped up. This one broke beneath. The moment it broke, it flipped up. You get it? So this one, for instance, it broke beneath. The moment it broke, it flipped up. So it's the same thing. So the best thing we can wait for is what this candle to create a support. Okay, when it creates a support, then we can go in. But I would love to what see a retracement. uh, so the Okay, so learning session is open. Let me check what's going on Euro USG. All right, so I like the way it is forming. Okay, it will meet up with what do you call it, it will meet up with the closure. So it will meet up with what the landing open. Yeah, what do you call the H4 closure? So it will meet up with what the closure of what. So, exactly. This is a fake out move. Okay. So you need experience in the market. You need experience, and experience will come by when you consistently do it. Okay. Not being passive on the chart. When you consistently do it, that's when you become good at what you are doing. That's when you become good at what you are doing. You become familiar, like you start relating with how the price move and other stuff. So you have to show up every day. We've done this shit for close more than 5 years. And now I love trading. I love trading. I really love the movement of the market. So today we need to chop. We need to chop today. So when it creates the support, when this one creates the support, then you see what to do. You get it. You see what to do. So if I have a question if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box and I'll answer you based on what. If I'm having an idea about it, I'll answer you. So bots or robots are working. What does it mean? What does it mean by bots or robots are working? Please kindly reframe your question again. I'm not getting it. Bots or robots are working. What does it mean? So now the way GU has formed. So when it comes, so when if you are talking about either using robots to trade or what, so one thing I'm going to my what I have on those and things is what you see when it comes to trading. When it comes to trading, robot is what? Robot is just your strategy that has been automated. You get it? So if I'm trading maybe market structure, the moment maybe I'll program the thing that when it breaks rate test, it should enter. But one thing about those robots and the AI or maybe those robots and those things is what sometimes it's not advisable to be using them because the way I trade, I'm very flexible. Okay. So you see, maybe I've programmed the this thing, the I've programmed the robot what when the market breaks rate test, it should enter. By sometimes maybe I'll be looking at one or two things and it will not be aligned, even though it has rate tested and it is moving. By the way candle is forming, it is not advisable to be trading. But since you've programmed the thing to what to be taking the trade, it's going to what it's going to enter the trade and you are going to lose. You get it? Because maybe because sometimes so see this one for instance, it has broken this one. You get it? It has broken this one. So maybe my strategy was I program it that anytime a structure will form, when it breaks, it should enter. Now I've been what? A losing trade now. You get it? So robot it's not advisable to be using robot to trade. It is someone's strategy that has been automated, and the chances of what it failing is very high because even though the market repeats itself, but it's rhyme. You get it? It's rhyme. If it is rhyming, doesn't mean it is the same. Like it is fixed. There was sometimes changes in the way the formation of candles and those stuffs. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful on what. You have to be very careful on what. using those things. I'll not recommend you to be using those things. I will not advise that. Okay. So learn how to trade manually, because trading you have to be flexible. Things changes. You get it. Things change. Even though I said break raters, but sometimes I have to sit down deep and think. But with a robot, you've already automated it, so it's going to do whatever you program it to do. So I will not recommend you to be using at the long run. You are going to lose your money when it comes to robot. There are many robots that has come into the system and it has failed. So believe me, I've been in this industry for long enough. No, I wasn't passive. I've been actively in this game for long. So anything that I will say, it's you have to take it serious. And as you are doing your research, you have to take it serious. Whatever I will say. So when you use those tools, those AI, those robots and things, at long run, you are going to lose your money. At long run, you are going to lose your money. So exactly as I said, this move is a fake out move. This move is so you can drop your questions in the chat box if you have anything bothering you concerning trading. So those in the Zoom too, you can. Yo, my boy, what's up? Rainy, Alpha. Okay, so with the boot camp, how is it going? Are you people ready? So far, how many people? So how many people how many people have registered so far? Like how many people have showed interest? The reason why I don't want to make it public is it just I'm now starting it out. So I want to. This is the first batch, so I don't want to make it very public. So maybe the subsequent month, one thing you have to notice what the prices will increase with the as time goes on. The subsequent month, after this batch, the next batch, it's going to increase. Yeah, yeah. Working on group is different from this. Okay, so if you're interested, you chat me on WhatsApp. Okay, okay. So what do you think about today's this thing? Uh, on the chat, it is, Euro USD, Euro USD, Euro USD. What's it doing? Euro USD, Euro USD. So if you enter now, it's kind of. I'll rather wait for this candle because this candle, the way it's closed. So we are currently. So what I'm talking about is we are currently having. We are going to have a boot camp, a 30 days boot camp. I want to have a constant interaction with people like how to trade, because one thing I've seen it yes, so people are confused about how the whole thing works. So I'm going to be doing everything live every day for 30 days. So I will help you to set up everything that you are confused on. So mostly you'll be coming up with your own time. So one thing I've seen too is most people are busy, most people are working. So you are busy during the daytime. So maybe it will be around in the evening, 8 to 9. So that by that time everyone will be home by then. You get it. So we stay in for maybe 2 hours, Monday to Friday. Then the weekends will be assignments or homework for 30 days. We are not going to play. I have to make sure most people are getting it so that we'll be analyzing the market together. It has been one man show for long. People need to interact. People need to see the market like how I'm also seeing it. So if I've not joined or if I've not registered, kindly do that. You get it? Because if I'm doing it again, that chance, because this one is really going to drain me or it's going to stress me up, and that's why I didn't want to do it. But since people are demanding for that, I have to be doing that for them. So either the chances of you not seeing me doing it again is high, or maybe when I do it again, the price is going to increase. And one thing is, if you are paying something for me when like teaching you something, you will get it back because you are going to trade live and you get it. You are going to get it back. So even I've given you an idea, you can bet on this. You can bet on Euro USD and use it to pay, or GU to use it to pay. So we are in lending session. We are in lending session. Mm. So we are in NFP week. With NFP week, you have to be very, very careful. You don't have to be aggressive. Okay. NFP week, you have to be very conservative, because when you go in aggressive, the market sometimes, because of the what high impact news, because of the major news, what you are going to see was a slow move before those major news will happen. Okay, because of before the major news will happen. So what are they? Because this one too is going to be a mixed data. When you check the fundamentals, it's going to be a mixed data. So the ADP is all about job. So they are expecting the dollar to be doing good. Okay, because this is the numbers for last month. That was 122K, and what they are forecasting is what 143. This is not the actual figures. This is just a forecast, just a projection by analysts or maybe data collected. Okay, this is not the real data. So they're expecting dollar to be good, dollar to be strong. You get it? They're expecting dollar when it comes to the ADP. So if dollar is strong, that means you have to expect the pound GBP USD to what? To fall. So you see the reason why it's not advisable to be trading news. And at the same time, you're having an unemployment claims. At the same time, unemployment claims is the same. So when you see the same numbers, if the numbers are the same, then what you are going to be what? There's going to be indecision. So it's either what going to move up like this, then come back. Okay, when the numbers are the same, that's what mostly you see. Or it's either not around 12:15 to 12:30. That time is very crucial. Okay, that time is very crucial. So you have to be very super careful on anything that you are going to do. You have to be very careful. So let's exercise patience. Okay, this thing is not going anywhere. Let's exercise patience and do the right thing. That's the most important thing. So I always admire like understanding. I always admire seeing, because there was joy when you see your setup playing out over and over again. Is some joy fills your heart when you see your setup playing out over and over again. You see, because one thing is the market repeats the same thing you are seeing is going to happen again. It's all about buy and sell, nothing different. So something that you are seeing today is going to happen tomorrow. So that's why it's always good. Don't be money centered. When you take a trade, just ask yourself, did you follow a plan? Or like, was it in your playbook? Was it in your trading plan? Just ask yourself. Take a trade don't just take a trade, then because you've gotten like $5, $2, you'll be happy and you leave everything behind. You don't go through the chart again. You don't find out why you even entered the trade. What did you see? These are the things you have to be asking yourself. If you take a trade, you have to ask yourself, what did you see before you enter the market? So next time you will be able to what, do the same thing again. You replicate it again, you do the same thing again. You get it? You're going to repeat it again. So I became good at trading. I became good at my system or my strategy when I started doing those things. If I take a winning trade, I go back to the trade and ask myself, why did I take the trade? Why did I take the trade? What did I see? Okay. And I will just take a screenshot. Either you take a screenshot or what, you print it in a book, okay, by drawing. So sometimes this is how I usually do. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. I would have showed it to you. So I'm not sure. Let me show you what I do. So if you see my notebook, I don't know whether, if you can see, let me know. Can you people see my notebook? You see my notebook. You see what I do? I have a notebook. I have two notebook over here. Like there are three. Yeah, two is full. That is my notebook. So everything I do, you get it. Everything about trading. So if you are there and you are not taking records of the trade you take, there's no way you are going to be good at this. So you have to take records of the trade you take. Those trades that you take are going to repeat itself. That's the secret in trading. So take notes. If you take a winning trade, if you take a loss, you ask yourself why you took that loss. So enough of the ranting. So this move, let me check the G. So even if you miss Euro US, because I don't recommend taking a buy on Euro USD because it hasn't given, looking at how the H4 candle has formed, it's not advisable to be taking a buy. So even if you miss Euro USD, we can take GU, okay? We can be taking GU. So no stress. You get it, no stress. So let's wait for the good thing to happen. Even if you miss Euro USD, we can be taking Euro USD looks clean. I really like the way Euro USD is doing. But the entry is not there. We have to wait for a support to be created. It hasn't created a support yet. So if we're entering now, stop loss is going to be what? Your stop loss is going to be here. That's the right place to place your stop loss, which is far from this thing because it hasn't created a support here. So we have more room for retracement. You get it? There's more room to retrace. You get it? So the best thing is to wait when this support. So the only way, the thing that is going to confirm that the trend is going to continue up is when it has created a support. You get it? When it has created the support, when the candle close. But one thing is, even if you are going in for aggressive, if you are entering aggressively, the way this candle opened, is supposed to wick down. Yeah, it's supposed to wick down. That's why I was saying this is a fake out. This is just a fake move. this is just a fake move. Okay. It's just a fake move that I'm seeing, because you are supposed to, it's the candle needs to create a wick. Okay, the candle needs to create a wick before it continue up. So what I'm expecting a pullback. I'm expecting a pullback on the H4 candle. Okay, I'm expecting a pullback on, but if it refuses to pull back, then if this candle close, then I'll be taking the flip of the next candle. Okay, because we have more room for what price to what more room. We have we're having more room over here, more room over here. Side, you get it? Side. But before that, I have to wait for the right things to align before I'll go in. Okay. So I don't know whether the ADP is going to slow things down, because I remember something, I've been trapped in a trade, and but with ADP too, we are expecting what the dollar to be strong according to what you are seeing over here. Since they are expecting what, but you're since they are expecting good numbers, so they are expecting the dollar to be strong. So if the dollar is strong and you are pairing it with Euro USD, what are you expecting? You are expecting what? So we have to be very patient on any decision that we are going to make, because the fundamental is what conflicting with the technicals. The fundamental is what conflicting with what the technicals. And unemployment claims today are expecting the same numbers. So if they are expecting the same numbers, then you are going to see, if they are expecting the same number, that means indecision. Okay, indecision. So you have to wait for, don't just jump in because the market has given you the setup. Setup can be there, but if there's no entry, it's not advisable to just jump in. You get it? It's not advisable to jump in. So let's wait and see. Okay. Patient is good in waiting and see. Because fundamentals, they are expecting what? They're expecting strong, the dollar to be very, very strong. So if the dollar is strong, pairing it, any pair that you are going to pair it, what is going to sell. Fundamentals with the technicals. You have to make sure you understand. Hello. Morning. Ayo. Waiting. I overcut. Yeah. Yeah, na. So me say I over in 90. Oh. Okay. Alright. So send me an offer. Okay. So uh so you have to be able to what, read the fundamentals. It's very important. Combining it with what the technicals gives you a clue when what, maybe you are in a trade and there was high impact news. It will give you a clue either to exit the trade or to still being in the position. So it's also important to learn those things too. Okay. So one thing, if you are starting with the fundamentals, you have to make sure you understand the the meaning of what the economic events. So such as what interest rates, the inflation or the CPI, the retail sales, the non-farm payroll or NFP, in short NFP. The NFP, the employment data, unemployment data, those things. You have to understand the meaning of the economic events. After getting the meaning of the economic events or understanding it, so after getting it, then you have to what figure it out the impact on the economy. You get, it's very simple. So especially if you take unemployment for instance, if you have high unemployment in an economy, what happens? It's very simple. If it happens, that means what? When you have high unemployment, that means people are not working. So it's going to affect what? It's going to affect retail sales too. Because if people are not working, people will not be able to what? To be transacting or to be purchasing things. So it will affect retail sales, and retail sales too will decline. So understanding these basic things to help your trading to what? For you to advance in your trading career or your trading skill. So try to be what? To be reading around those things too. You don't have to go into deep. You don't have to be an economist. Okay, you don't have to be an economist. You just the basic things. Okay, that will help you to be able to also what? Interpret the data. That's the most important thing. So understand the basic economic the this thing, the news events. Then you take it from there. So with today, technicals, the technical analysis is giving us a buy. But what? Fundamentals too is saying different thing. So you see, experience is going to save you a lot of dollars. If you have experience, it's going to save you a lot of money. So me of my when I started, I would have entered a buy over here. When I started out with no experience, I would have taken an impulsive move and enter a buy, and I would be in the drawdown. You get it. So you need to get an experience in this game. Experience is very important. Experience too counts when you do it for a long time. Experience too counts. So I'm expecting a pullback. I'm expecting a pullback on what? On the euro, the H4 candle. I'm expecting a pullback on the H4 candle. Because when you move to the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame, as when we started Monday, I talked about it. I said the weekly has made a break and retest, so we are expecting a continuation of the trend. You get it? A break, retested. What are you expecting? Continue to the next level. You have a tradable zone over here to the next level. So it's the same thing that happened over here. It has happened. It's happened on. Is it? So what did it happen over here? It broke out. It broke out. Retested on this one. You get it? What happened? Continuation. So it's the same thing that is going on over here with this trend. So I even said, if this candle is going to close like this, if it's closed if you get a small bullish candle like this, I will even take a swing trade maybe on Monday. Okay, but I'm not sure because we're having major news events this week, which is going to bring what volume, which is going to bring a lot of movement in price, or a lot of movement in, you are going to see big candles. Other than that, maybe you would have gotten maybe a slow, but we can't tell. Okay, it depends. So I'm expecting a bullish move in what? The weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is, I'm expecting a bullish movement, a big movement. But according to fundamentals today, to ADP, you have to expect what? Big movement in candles. Okay, this is job data. You have to expect big candles. So I don't know what will happen. Either it is going to, since the fundamental is what saying different thing, or it's contradicting with the technicals. Maybe I'm expecting a retrace. Sorry, maybe we are going to experience. Hello, morning. Yeah. All right, sorry, I had an emergency. So now we are waiting. We are waiting for this candle to pull back. So when it pulls back, then we make a decision. We are waiting for the pullback of the candle. Can you please show the support you are talking about? So when it comes to drawing support and resistances, you have to understand, first of all, understand the way I draw my supporter. Who? Meaning, Sergeant. 20. 5. And so yeah, there. So I'm expecting a pullback on this one. Yeah, so I said when it comes to support and drawing support and resistances, you have to understand market structure. Okay, you understand market structure. So this is how I usually indicate the support and resistance. So if it moves up, this is how the market usually moves. Your support and resistances. This will be a support. Yet this will be your support. This will be your support. So if the market is moving down again, if it is moving down, sorry. If it is moving down, if it is moving down, this point, this is going to be your new what support. So if anytime the support is broken, you are expecting it to what? You are expecting the move to retrace on what? The support levels. Expecting a retracement to this level. Okay, you're expecting a retracement to this level. So it's either going to retest on this. So now this point is going to be your new this point is now going to be your new what? This point is now going to be your new resistance level. You get it? If this point is now going to be a new resistance level, so what are you expecting? If it breaks the resistance, now resistance is going to turn what support. So if it turns support, you're expecting what a pullback to this level. You get it? When it pulls back to this level, what are you expecting? You're expecting a continuation. Uh, you're expecting a continuation. A continuation. You are expecting when a resistance is broken, it turns to a support. So you're expecting the market to break retested on this support, then it will continue. So if you want to draw support and resistance, this is the idea you have to be using. You get it? This is the idea you have to be using to be drawing the support and resistance. So that's how I used to draw the support and resistance. So one thing is what the market like with the way I draw my support and resistances, other people too will draw it differently based on what they see. So you do it based on your experience level. So that's why it's always important to have someone who is going to take you through, because trying to do things yourself is going to take you a long time in trading. So it's kind of slow this morning. I don't know because of, so as I said earlier this Monday, I said it that when it comes to the release of NFP data, you are going to experience a lot of volume, but we have to get a trade. So you have to get a trade. Yes, sir. Oh, USD JPI moved very massively yesterday. Yeah. Really? Okay. I should slow this one. Yeah, so with GBP JPY, let me check it out and see. So we have a key level over here. So the move that moved very the massive move that you saw on Euro USD is the same thing that is happening on GBP USD and Euro USD this morning. So on the weekly time frame is the same thing. Now you get you got a broke out retested continuation. So it's the same thing. So this move was what a retest on the weekly level. So it's the same thing that is happening on Euro USD and GBP USD. Yeah, but yeah, I'm seeing the this thing. Uh, so this on the daily time frame, we had a resistance, a support over there. So if you can watch the daily time frame, you see it's closed with no wick. There was no wick at the top. So we have to see a pullback. Okay. You will be seeing a pullback. Let me check the H4 too. But H4 there was no entry on H4 because you can't enter in the middle of a range. You see, it has already moved. So you have to wait for. So anytime the market will move massively and you miss the trade, what you have to wait for is what a pullback. Okay, then you have to wait for it to correct or retrace. So don't jump into when the market has gotten into the middle of a range. You have to always make sure you are waiting for what a pullback. So you wait for the pullback, then you join the trend. Okay, so that means it tells you that the market has settled down and it's the new move or the new wave is about to start. So when it's retest or correct, then what you take the next move. But you can't enter now, even though it's giving what a clear indication that it's going to sell. Like there's a sell setup. You get it. So that's why I said we have setups and entry. So there was a setup over here. But I see from even if you are entering over here, from your entry point, from your entry point to your take profit level is 6. So it means you are entering in the middle of a range. So you wait for a pullback. So with a pullback, maybe you can go to H1 time frame and see. That go for you there, guy. Pick up.
Okay.
No being pick up them guys.
Hello.
So you have to wait for a pullback like this.
Oh, and then,
You get it. So there's no entry to an H1 time frame. So the move has already the massive move. This was the place that you could have gotten an entry. You get it? So it's the same thing that is happening on Euro USD. It's the same thing. So there was a pull, there was a break of structure over here. There was a break. Okay. There was a break retested on this level. So you see what happened. So when we watch Euro USD, the last Friday trade I took, so you people should keep an eye on this thing. I'm referring you to something. So if you watch this trade, see how it has formed. You get it. Keep an eye on it. I want to show you something. So have you seen the pattern over here? So if you watch this pattern carefully, you realize that it's the same thing that happened on the Friday trade I took. So see, let me show you Euro USD, the pattern. So for me, I study the market. I observe. I'm very observant when it comes to the market. So see, what's the difference? Who can tell me the difference over here? This where I entered. Is it not the same? Is it not the same pattern? It's the same pattern. The same pattern. Okay. I entered a sell over here. So the market is going to repeat itself every week. And when it repeats itself and you are familiar with it, you are going to make money. So it's the same thing that happened on USD JPY. The same thing. So watch it well when you move to USD JPY. When you move to USD JPY too. When you move to USD JPY, talk and say the money is coming. Oh, friend.
after,
Hello? Yeah, bye bye. Okay. And so when network in age of over why? Okay, all right. Okay, bye.
ebi sọ tàwọn industry rẹ̀ sọ pé mo fẹ́ mú òsì sàn.
So it's the same pattern that happens over here. You get it? It's the same pattern that happens to over here. It's the same pattern. So the market is just a repetition of patterns. It's the same thing when you move to Euro US. It's the same thing that happens on Friday, and I took it. It's the same thing that is happening today too. That's why I'm very confident in what the buy. But there's no entry yet. You get it? There's no entry yet. So the repetition of pattern, you are going to get it every day. So those on YouTube, you meet every morning from 6 a.m. GMT to what 9 a.m. GMT. So in case maybe you are confused on the times that we meet over here, this is an education platform. Okay, we come here, we trade together, we analyze together. If you get a trade, we take it together. In case maybe there's no trade, so I'll give you an idea. So people who have been following my trades, people who have been following my trade ideas, I've been getting winning trades maybe behind after the stream, because before the stream will, after the stream will close, I'll analyze on what I'll be expecting. I helped people to avoid losses because there was a lot of range over here. And if you people can remember yesterday, I said the flip of the candle. You get it? I I said this candle, as it has created a resistance, the flip is going to what move down. But we have a lot of ranges, and truly what the market what bounced back because of what the ranges. It wasn't able to break through the ranges. So it's always advisable to be trading in a clean zone. That's what it's going to avoid. It's going to take you from losses. It's going to take you from losses. So it will be better if this candle break above this one. Then by ADP is what is making me confused on the decision to make, because since fundamentals is saying different thing. Since fundamentals too is saying different thing. So if you are interested in the boot camp, you can. My information is in the description box. Okay, you can check it out over there. Either you will text me or you message me on Instagram or on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number too is in the description. So you check it out, then you test me, then we take it from there. So we are going to see moves during. I don't know whether the volume is preserved for what. The volume is preserved for the ADP news or what. The volume is preserved for ADP news. So the reason why I was very patient on this move is what, you see, anytime if a candle open, okay, you have to wait for a pullback before you enter. It is best when you enter a pullback. But this one created with what, there was no pullback. So if there was no wick, when you move to the lower time frame, you are going to see a pullback. You get it? So if it moves if you see a heavy move and there's no wick, that means what, when you move to H1 time frame, a time frame lower than where you are seeing it. So you see the pullback is now, the market is trying to create the pullback like this. This is what it's trying to what create. Or this is the pattern it is trying to form. So this is the pattern it is trying to form. Okay, it is trying to form a pattern like this. This is the pullback. So we are going to see a wick at what, the H4 time frame. Then what, it will move up. You get it? Then it will move up. So this means what, if the candle makes a bottom wick, that means what, there was a pullback at the lower time frame. There was a pullback at the lower time frame, and what, we are going to see a continuation at the what, we are going to see a continuation at the lower time frame, a pullback at the lower time frame. So that means if it pulls back at the lower time frame, when it comes to the higher time frame where we are seeing the no bottom wick, it is going to what, pull back and flip again, flip up. Okay, so that's what usually it happens. So you are going to see a pullback and it will flip bullish. Okay, and it will flip bullish. So that's what we are expecting to see. That's what we are expecting to see. So anytime the candle opens with no wick, either you are going to wait for the candle to close, or what, you wait for the pullback, then you enter. So this one, for instance, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm either waiting for the candle to create, to form, to come down, or okay, or to retrace, to make a retracement or to correct before what, I'll enter. So when it comes to H4 time frame, I'm waiting for the wick. Okay, I'm waiting for the wick before I'll enter the buy. So that's what so now when it comes to even GBP USD, for instance, when it comes to GBP USD, it's important for you to wait for the candle to close. One thing is what the reason I'm saying it is, you see, this candle, there has been a candle break at H4 time frame, and there has been a candle hot break. The H4 time frame, the tip of the candle has been broken, the dip of the candle has been broken. So it's in an indecision what, the candle is indecisive now on where to move to. So the best thing you can do is what, wait for this candle to close. Okay, because if it flips, what's the chances or what's the possibility that it's not going to what, bounce back again or flip back again? So it's always important to what, we have to wait for this candle to close. Okay, we have to wait for it. It will be better if you wait for the candle to close. But as I said, as we are going to take the buy, we have to also be careful with what, because now the 12:15 or 12:15 and 12:30 data, the economic event is conflicting with our analysis. You get it? It's conflicting with our analysis, because the data, the employment data, they are expecting what, 143, 122. So that means what? So if you want to know more details about what the economic event means, what said, estimated change in the number of employed people during the previous month, okay, excluding the farming industry, if actual is greater than forecast, is good for the currency. Okay, so this is just an employment data. So if the data, if this one is what, is the forecast is what, higher than this, but this is just an assumption. Okay, this is not real data. So when you take the speculative data to comparing it with the previous this thing data, it means what, the dollar needs to be strong. Okay, it means the dollar needs to be strong. So if the dollar is strong, then what, if the dollar currency or any economy that you are going to play it with what, the United, it should be weak. Okay, so GBP USD, I'm expecting a sell when it comes to what, the fundamentals, but technicals too is giving us what, a bullish move. So it's kind of it's contradicting with each other, the fundamentals and the technical. But one thing is what, the market can move within an hour, within a minute. So the fundamental will be happening around 12:15. So since it has not happened, we can go in for the buy if you get an entry. You can go in for a buy if you get an entry, since release the news, the time for the news is not yet or it's not due. We can still take the buy. So when it comes to this one, I'm going to wait for the flip or wait for the closure of the candle. Then I'll make a decision. So I hope I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, kindly type in one in the chat box. Let me know whether I'm making sense. Am I moving fast or I'm making sense? So those on YouTube, if I'm making sense, kindly type one in the chat box. Let me know whether I'm making sense. Kindly type one in the chat box. And if you are confused, to type two. If you are confused, so that I will know how to break down things. If you are totally beginner and you are confused on whatever I'm saying over here, kindly type in what two that you are confused. If you are getting everything that I'm saying to, you can type in one. Let me know your so Benjamin Driller. You said you are confused, you are totally confused. Okay. Who again? If you are getting okay, Abrabo Bozodo. You said okay, so someone is saying he's getting it, he's getting everything. I'm making sense. So if people are more than two, let me know. If you are totally confused, let me know so that I will know how to be saying or to be choosing my words. Are you guys getting it, or you just feel big to answer what I'm saying? If you feel big to answer, to type three, that if you feel big to answer, to type three. to let me know. Type in 3. I feel big to type. All right. So one thing is just you just need to, if we're starting out, okay, if we're starting out, you need to master some basic things. Just take it slow if you are starting out. And the best thing is what, you have to always be present at the stream. If you hear what I'm saying, it's because most of the times I repeat myself. You get it? So if you hear what I'm saying over and over again, it will by all means going to stick. You get it? It by all means going to stick. So you have to show up on the stream every day. Okay. You have to show up. If you continue showing up, if you continue showing up, that's the best advice I'm going to give you. Or you if you are not in the mentorship, if you are not in my private group too, you can just purchase my service and you take it from there. I think that one will shorten your journey. Because mostly I tell you what works. I don't want you to be using learning things that does not work. Not it does not work. Like they are almost the same things. Okay. They're almost the same thing, especially if you are starting out. Trend lines, support and resistances. Trend line is just a dynamic support and resistance. So if you are using trend line at the same time using support and resistance, sometimes you get confused. You get it. You get confused. So especially if you are using a trend line over here, trend line we usually plot it on points 1 and 2. So this point one, this point two. Okay. So now trend line is telling you what the market has got into a resistance. So you don't have to what, it has gotten to a key level, so you don't have to what, you don't have to buy. And now support and resistances is telling you price has candle has broken above this one, so you have to buy. You see, so that's why it's always important to what, it's always important to stick to one thing, because the forex market, if you concentrate on many things, you are going to get confused. You are going to get yourself it's going to contradict with this thing. The tools are going to contradict with itself. So you have to always make sure you are focusing on few things and you master it well. Okay. So one thing is I've tried resistance with trend line before. I've tried support. If you are using them together, sometimes you become confused, because some trend line and support and resistance will be meeting at a point that, even though if supposing you used only support and resistance, it would have been clear to you that it's either going to buy or sell. But since you are using support and resistance, so an example like this, if you use support and resistances over here, you see now you are having an equilibrium point over here. You having a support a distance, so you have to wait for maybe this one to be broken before you can enter. So if you are focusing on too many things, you're focusing on many things, you are going to be confused. So always make sure what, you are sticking to a few things. Okay, so that's why you see my chart very clean. The only thing you see is what, horizontal lines. I don't use, you don't see some nyama things. You get it, very clean chart. The only thing that is helping me is what, everything is inside my mind. So with the 4 hour candle, okay, so now what we are going to wait for is what? The best thing we can do is wait for the H4 candle to close. So when it's closed, when the H4 candle close, so I'm giving you an idea, a free money today. If it's closed, the flip of the next candle, then you take a buy. Your stop loss is going to be beneath the support, the structure level, okay, or below a structure level. Below a structure level. So now what I'm going to wait for is what? I'm going to wait for this H4 candle to close. This is what I'm going to wait for. So sometimes I will be trapped. If I enter, I'll be trapped in. So if the H4 candle close, I'm going to take a buy. No hesitation. I want to wait for the H4 candle to close because the H4 candle is not looking good. Okay, so now I have two things. I have two things that I'm focusing on. So I have two ladies that I'm focusing on. I have GU and what. So if this one mess up, I'm moving to the another woman. Yeah, so I have options. Polygamy. I don't know. If I have options, like you get it. So I'm having options. If this one is not giving it to me, I'm moving to the other one. Yeah, no stress. Um, but even one thing I've seen it since I'm now trading two pairs. Every week there's an opportunity. Yeah, you don't need. You need only. You need only. What do you call it? One trade within a week. You get it? And the way we trade too, when you are catching the moves, we catch it very big. You need a high quality trade within a move, then you take it. You don't need like taking three trades. If you get a high quality trade, for so when I start the week, what I need is what one or two trades, high quality one. I don't have to trade every day. When I get it, I'm done for the week. Because of the time frame I focus on. So this one closing bullish is going to be a nice move. Let's hope maybe if it's close like this, I can feel the money. I can feel it. If you end, if so, it's you are waiting for the H4 candle to close. So when the H4 candle close, and because entering it now is not advisable because this candle we have some chances of what it's flipping bearish. It should create the support. We have to see the support being created. Okay, we have to see the support being created. But since it is still going, the support hasn't been created yet. Okay, so as I said, we can miss the move. If you miss it, it's fine. We can still concentrate on GU. Okay, so GU2 is the pound dollar is also showing, it's also giving us what a buy signal. So if you miss Euro USD, we can go in for what the pound dollar. So no stress, we have two options. Okay, so if this one refuses to give it to us, we move it to GBP USD. But will prefer to what I would prefer to be taking it on Euro USD. But since it is not giving me the entry, I don't have to force and jump in. Okay, you don't have to force yourself and jump into trades. Let me check the H1. Yeah, at least the H1 should make some pullback. Even if you watch H1, we have one, we have a rejection level. Okay, so I'm expecting to see a pullback on the H1 time frame. If it makes a pullback at the H1 time frame, if it makes a pullback at the H1 time frame, we can. If it makes a pullback, maybe you have to see something like this. So don't feel FOMO about the big move. Okay, don't feel FOMO about the big move. It can just be a fake out. So this is what I want to see. Maybe a bearish candle, a pullback, then maybe the bullish candle will continue. This is what I'm expecting. Something like this. I'm expecting something like this. This is what I'm expecting it to happen. Okay. So you don't have to feel FOMO, fear of missing out. So as I said, sometimes you know the direction of the market, but getting the entry is the most difficult thing. You get it? So the whole as I came to the market this morning, I was saying buy, but the entry is not there. The entry is not there. The entry. The GU2 is moving on. We have more time before the candle. But one thing is with GU, it has broken the tip and it has broken. I will allow for the candle to close. But the way it is moving, am I going to miss both opportunities or I would love if this candle close like this. I don't want it to move like to be in the middle of a range. That one it will spoil the setup. So supposing maybe if it is closing within this level, by the way it is moving. Should I go in and close it? The way it is moving, it might spoil everything. I would love for the candle to close. Okay. Could I? Should I? Should I? Even if you are going in for aggressive, the stop loss is going to be too big. The stop loss is going to be very big. So I would love you to enter it around 9 o'clock. That will be when 9 o'clock is when the candle has closed. 9 o'clock is when the candle has closed. So what do you guys think? Should we wait or what? What do you guys think? Should we wait or you should? that's that's on Euro USD by GU2. GU has created a week. But one thing about GU is what it has broken the tip and it has broken kind of indecisive. So let's wait. Let's wait for the closure of the candle. Okay, let's wait. That will be a conservative one. Okay. So Jcon's Forex said you should wait. So let's listen to Jcon Forex. If you miss it, I'm coming to take my money from you, wherever you are, because if I miss this trade, Jcon, I'm coming to you, wherever you are. So let's wait. Let's wait. Kai Charlie, is this kind of waiting something? Waiting. It is good we wait. It will be good, but sometimes waiting can make you miss the move. Miss the move. I wanted this one to create a support, but the way it is moving very fast, which is making me. So you see the reason why I said robots is not a good idea to go for. Learn. See this one like this. I'm thinking on the decision to make. But robots won't be doing this thing. So let's wait. Let's let me check the H1. Let's wait. It would have been a perfect setup if it's close something like this. But asking, is it going to give us the chance? Is it going to give us the chance? That's it. It would have been a perfect setup if it's close. The candle has closed like this. I would take it with no thinking twice. But you have more time to. We have more time. Waiting is going to. Hmm, it's going to make us. Supposing maybe this candle, because I'm confused on GU is what I'm confused on GU is because like it has broken this one. You see, it came down, broke this one. It has broken this one. So it's kind of the candle is kind of it can deceive you. It can deceive you. You have a lot of time before the H4 will close. If it is closing like this, the next one I'm taking a buy to this end. By the way, it is moving. Let me check Euro USD. Is it gone out? It is moving very fast. Charlie. So it looks like sometimes waiting won't worth it today. But I'll still wait. This one has created a support. But one thing I'm confused on is since it has broken the dip, I don't want to. I want it to close, then I'll take a buy. I want it to close and I'll take a buy, but maybe I'll miss it. I'm going to miss it. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. Euro is moving. It's even moving faster than. Okay, you said it will retrace, but it's far from. It's getting far from the area of interest. It's getting far from the area of interest. I'm sure I'll get GU. We have more time on GU. Okay, so you see it kind of wants to pull back. So let's wait. If you miss it, we miss it. So let's wait for the closure and take a buy. So if it closes like this, then you take a buy. You get it? So I'm sure it will move before the ADP news. Then we take a buy on GU. So let me check the stop loss. So because one thing is on the H1 time frame, we have some rejection level over there. So maybe that thing is going to sometimes being conservative too is very bad. Okay, I think Euro USD is retracing. Okay, so you either go for Euro USD, Euro USD. 22 pips. Okay, so if you miss G, you either go for. So which one will you go for? It depends on the closure, right? So we have 38 minutes. So let me check 30 minutes candle. Let's wait for the closure of the H4 candle because the way they are forming, even if you are taking an aggressive move, aggressive entry, it doesn't make sense. So GU has spiked. Even if you miss GU, if you miss GU, you might get Euro USD. But the stop loss. I want to see retracement. It needs to create a support, but now it seems like the support that has created is kind of wide. One thing is the closure of the H4 candle will pull back. That's one thing you have to note. The H4 candle usually will pull back. So if this one close, before you enter the buy, you would like to what? You wait for a pullback before you enter. Okay, the moment it's closed, I'm going to set my pending orders. The moment it's closed, I'm going to set my pending orders. So the that one will be the next structure point. So it will be beneath here, the next structure point because you're expecting. So I'm expecting a big move on this one because this is the point. This wave. So this is wave one, wave two. So wave three is mostly the big moves. The wave three is mostly the big move because this is the point structure got broken. So the moment it breaks, this is what the first leg pullback, expecting a big move to happen. So let's hope this candle is going to settle down at a price that it will be very cheap for us to buy. But if it moves to this end, I will not be interested in buying. If it moves very at a high price, I will not be interested in buying. So let's hope it will just be playing around this level. Okay, let's hope it will be playing around that level. The G has even set off. Charlie, I waited. I've been watching this thing. I didn't even sleep well. I was watching this thing. I can't wait. I can't miss it like that. Though. The way it's moving. That's the annoying part about trading. Is it a positive correlation? Yeah, like uh, so it looks like you are about to miss. You are missing the trade on G. Really, Euro 2 is not playing. No, Euro 2 is not playing. We miss. He kind of. He miss. Kind of miss them. That's move 11 pips. At 11. Oh, 1 pip. Hmm. I was even expecting maybe the 1 a.m. candle to close something like this. Then I would have gone in aggressively. You get it? You miss it because I can't be buying at this level. It's too high. I can't be buying at that level. But you let's wait and see the closure. I'm talking about the intervals. The intervals 26 because even if we're trying to go in aggressively, this candle, so like you can't catch every move. That's what you have to note because you have to do the right thing. This candle open with no wick here, so the chances that you wanted to see a retracement. Okay, we want to see a retracement before the move, but it happens, so it's normal. If you miss it, you miss it. So it's like you miss it. But with GU2, that one would have been the perfect distance. But I was thinking it broke the dip and tip. So now kind of confused. So I wanted it to settle down. You get it? I wanted it to settle down then because when you move to the lower time frame, H1 for instance, there's no entry. It's not looking clean over here. Not looking clean. Now you say maybe you go in aggressively 30 minutes. It's not looking clean. So it happens. Sometimes you wait for everything and you miss it. It's okay. If the 30 minutes does what? Okay, so when the 30-minute candle, when the H4 candle like this close, you can be looking for an entry, a pullback on the lower time frame, because now it has given you the confirmation. So you can be looking for entry on the lower time, a pullback on the lower time frame. But this one, even this one, uh, you could have even, because there was a break and retest over here, so you could have even gone in aggressively. You could have even gone in aggressively, but because there was no pullback at the lower time frame, that's why I stayed reserved. You get it? That's why I stayed reserved. I still have more time. Let's see. If I'm entering over here, the perfect place would have been here, this side. If it is around this side, and now I have 27 still high. So are you talking about this pullback? Are you talking about this pullback? So it's kind of pulling back. GU there, I will not enter GU because looking at GU from our GU is out of my books because of how it has fallen. Because comparing the looking at where I'm going to enter to the rejection level is too close. So GU is out of my books. So now I'm looking to Euro USD. You get it? I think it has a big range. It has a big range. 28 pips, 32 pips. So sometimes not what you want is what the market is going to give it to you. You wish it would have. I wish the candle would have been something like this, close, very small like this, because it's too close to the area of interest. You get it? I wish it could have been something like this, but not my wish is what the market gives. Then I will enter, but looking at where it is now, something like this, you enter here, a very good risk to reward. And now where it has moved to, you have to. So this means what the pullback you are seeing is at lower time frame. It is pulling back at the lower time frame. So maybe when the lower time frame pullback, the flip of the candle, the next break will be the it's too far. Price is far, 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 far. So this one, if you are even entering over here, your stop loss is going to be at this structure level. You get it? So structure level. No stress. So maybe we'll enter at the pullback, the pullback at the 30 minutes. You get it? So the retracements they enter because you have a big room. Yeah, a big room for price to move through. So that's what I'm looking up to. Let's wait for the closure of the candle and see. So we have like 24 minutes, which I'm exhausted today. I'm kind of So I'm waiting for the H4 candle to close, but I'm not watching GU because with GU, where the price or the level, the highest level that the current H4 candle went to is kind of high. You get it? It's high. It's close to the area of interest. It's close to the area of interest. So I won't be. I'll be interested in it. Coming. So you're waiting for the closure. It's left to 20 something minutes. Okay, so I think the daily is looking good. The daily is looking good. But it's close to the price that it's closed on is too high. The price that it's closed on is too high. Best price would have been this side. But yes, so you still find you will find a way. So we have like 20 minutes for the candle to close. So that's the boring part about trading. You wait, 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 wait. The waiting part is the problem. The waiting part is the problem. This price, the price level, the price level is kind of. Let me see something. It's kind of daily time frame. I'm expecting I'm expecting to see some consolidations over here before price will head up. I'm expecting to see some consolidation. So you have 17 minutes for the candle to close. It's far too long. You get it. GU is out of my books. So now my concentration is on Euro USD. My concentration is on Euro USD. So we have 16 minutes for the candle to close. 16 minutes for the candle to close. My concern is where the price has what. The price at this point is my concern. Price. So the 30-minute candle is trying to flip. So the 30-minute candle is trying to flip. So early morning we had a plan of what buying. Okay, as we came to the stream, we said the first thing is when even price was at the down. We said we are looking for a buy. So we wanted a nice entry. Okay, so it's always best if we're buying at the top. So this one, for instance, if you watch the entry for this one, you see price was at very high price. It is good to buy sell at a very high price. So we sold it at what, a very high price. If you are buying to, you need to buy it at what, a very low price. You get it? You need to. So how are you going to know whether it is at a lower price? When we take what, the support and resistances into consideration. So when it is close towards support, when the candle close to support and resistance, it means what price is what from where you are getting the price is very low. You get it? Where you are getting price is very low. But at this point, kind of let me check it and see. If I'm buying it at this point, Charlie, that's going to be very low. So it's left with 40 minutes. Kind of tired today. Stayed here for long, more than 2 hours. Price is very high. So when I talk about price being high, okay, the disadvantage of when you take trade when price is high is what? Usually you will get a pullback. Okay, when it happens like that, it means what? Price is going to pull back. When something of that sort happen, price is going to pull back. Price is going to pull back before what? It will move in your direction. Okay, it's going to pull back, and if you entered over here, if it is pulling back, you are going to be, because if price breakouts if price breakouts and it is making a retracement, then the next level is going to be this point, the next level is going to be this point. Okay, so from here to here you are going to be in what? A drawdown. So these are the potential levels that price is going to retest on before it will move in your direction. It's going to retest here, it's going to retest here. You get it? So that's why I was saying, so if you are entering, if we are getting a trade at this level, okay, if we're getting a trade at this level, you are not going to be in a deep drop down, because the reactional levels, if price has broken through this previous resistance now tend to support, it's going to retest over here. You see, you are not going to be in drawdown for long, then price will move. It's going to retest over here. You get it? If you enter over here, you are going to be, if it is retesting over here, you are going to be, if it is retesting over here, you are going to be, so this is the last point price is going to retest. We miss the way it is moving. So I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying about entering at lower. So if you are buying, it's always good to enter at a lower price. If you are selling, you have to enter at what? A higher. You have to make sure you are getting the highest bid or the highest price. You get it? If you are buying, make sure don't buy in the middle of a range, because if you buy in the middle of a range, this one for instance, there was some chances that price is going to retrace. Okay, so this is the next level price is going to retrace to. This is the next level. So if you have entered over here, you are going to be at the entry level. I hope I'm making sense. You get it. So the way where price has gotten to, it's far from the area of interest. It's far from the area of interest. Get it. So even if the H1 is pulling back, you get it. So this one, for instance, let me show you the trade I took the other time. So this one, for instance, even though price was high, this was a candle, but when you move to H4, it did a pullback. Okay, so I got it on H. So this is where I entered. There was a break retest. This was the pullback. Okay, this was the pullback. So I entered over here because this is a start of a new move. But this is what just straight move. It hasn't made any correction. It hasn't made any correction at the lower time frame. So kind of maybe kind of so we miss all the trades. GU was the one I would have entered aggressively, but when it broke the high, and it broke the high first before breaking the low, so I was kind of confused on where to. When you move to H1, it will be a pullback. But I've entered at the flip of this candle, breaking of this one, then I would have entered a buy. I would have entered a buy, but the way it broke, I wanted to go and broke the low. Okay, it broke the candle high, came back, broke the candle low. So I was kind of, let me wait for the candle to settle down before I'll take a buy. Okay, and it just move. You get it? It just move. So with Euro USD, I'm not sure I'll enter a buy because price is far high. Buying at this point is far high. You get it? So it's better for you to wait for a retracement. I'll wait for a retracement rather. You get it? Buying at this point is not advisable. Price is high, so I'll wait. You wait for a retracement. Okay, maybe a bearish candle. Wait for a retracement like this. I wanted to wait for so maybe I'll wait for a retracement. I'll wait for it to pull back. Okay. Right. I'll wait for it to pull back. Why is it not coming? So I'll wait for it to pull back. It's not coming. I'll wait for a pullback. Okay. So you have to note price is now currently high. It's not advisable to be buying at a higher price. Price is high. From the area of interest to where price has got into is too high. I was thinking maybe the pullback it didn't do it didn't create the pullback. So you see this one, as I was showing it to you, created a small support, price continue. So this is what I was expecting. Created a support, So this is what it has created on what the GU. You see, it's created. It has broken the tape, then continue. So I was waiting for a support to be created, a support to be created. You see, by this one entering at this point with no bottom wick, kind of. So we miss it. We miss it. Because I don't recommend buying at this level. The chances of price retracing is very high. You get it? Price is going to retrace. So you have to wait for a pullback at the H1 time frame. You wait for a pullback at the H1 time frame. Then I'll enter a sell. That's what I'll be waiting for. But since price is moving very high, I'm not going to enter. Price is high, so I'm going to avoid it. Okay, so it's left with 4 minutes for the H4 candle to close. But if you want to go in aggressively too, you can. You can be doing that. Your stop loss is going to be beneath this point. Okay, then your entry is going to be here. But for me, I'll wait for the pullback at the lower time frame. H1, for instance. So USD JPY, you've already analyzed it. We've already analyzed USD JPY. Network is kind of slow. Yeah, so I even said what you have to wait for. So it's something like, you see, it's close. So you have to expect a pullback. Okay. Expect a pullback for the trend to continue. So that's what you have to expect. So you can't enter now, a sell now. It's in the middle of a range. So the H4 candle will close in the next 2 minutes. So I'll wait for a pullback at H1 time frame. Okay, I'll wait for a bearish candle. I'll wait for a bearish candle. I'll wait for a pullback. Okay, I'll wait for a pullback. Yeah, I'll prefer to wait for a pullback because I'm expecting a retracement. I'm expecting it to retrace. So I don't want to be in a drawdown, enter a position, and I'll be in drawdown. Supposing maybe if my entry price is close to the area of interest, I know I'm not going to be in a drawdown for long. Okay. So the area of interest is like this point. So if my entry level is at this point, you know that you are not going to be in drawdown for long and price will move. But at this point, if we're entering over here, the drawdown, you are going to be in drawdown for quite some time. You're going to be in drawdown for long. You get it? It's if you can withstand a drawdown, it's cool. But you are going to be in drawdown for some time before price will start moving. I would have even entered it by, because the reason I avoided it was the way the candle formed. That's why I even avoided it. Okay, because I was thinking maybe it's going to make it create the wick or the pullback. Okay, because anytime a candle, most of the times when the candle open with there's no pullback at the lower time frame, it will happen. Okay, it will happen. So this is in the middle of a range. You get it? It's in the middle of a range. So let's kindly avoid it. Let's try and do the right thing. Okay, let's try and do the right thing. So you would have, you see, sometimes you see the plan that we had this morning has, so the H4 candle has what, has open. So we had a plan of buy this morning and it has happened exactly. That's the most important thing. With time you will get to understand, like with time you'll be getting the trades. So if you miss a trade, you just ask or you learn from the trade why you missed the trade. Maybe if there was some problem at your end that you could have avoided, the next time you will take it very fast. Okay, so it is pulling back, it is making the pullback. Wow, the stream is really okay. That's anything. It is making the pullback. So as I'm saying, let's wait for the pullback at H1 time frame. Okay. Wait for the pullback at H1 time frame. Wait for it to pull back. It creates a bearish candle. Then you can take the flip. Like as I did the other time. Like this one. Okay. So wait for the pullback. Wait for the candle to close bearish. Then you take, when it flip bullish, then you take. Okay, because this was the best point you could have entered a buy. This was the best point we could have entered a buy, but we missed it. So I think I will call it a day over here. So I've showed you what we will be doing. Okay, so you wait for a bearish candle to form, or if you like, if you think maybe you will be okay for the drawdown, then you can go in. If it breaks this one, if it breaks this one, then you can go in and target this level. But it's the a daily time frame has potential of what, moving up more. So the H4 candle is flipping. H4 candle is flipping. So as I've said, these are the things that you are going to wait for. Okay, but you have to take note. We have ADP at what, 12:15 and 12:30. So you have to be very cautious. Yeah, you get it. You have to be very cautious. So I'm kind of exhausted. I've stayed here for long. So we missed the trade that we plan of taking. I'm very sorry about that. Myself, I'm very pissed off because I wanted to. All right. So you see you tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you all. So you continue in the private group. If anything, I'll let you know. So YouTube, see you tomorrow, same time. Thank you all for joining today's stream. Okay, see you same time tomorrow.